A woman who was 7 months pregnant noticed something strange at home. Lately, a basket of expensive fresh fruit kept appearing on the table. Her daughter told her a pretty lady was bringing it over. The woman planned to ask more about it, but before she could, her husband came rushing out of the bedroom looking nervous. He quickly told their daughter to go back to her room and sleep. The woman didn't think much of it at the time, but the next morning, something felt off. Her husband, who always loved sleeping in, suddenly left early for work. That was when she started remembering all the weird things he had done recently. A seed of suspicion was quietly planted in her heart. That night, when he came home from work, he brought back a big bag of snacks, but as he walked past her, she caught a strong whiff of perfume on him. She had stopped using perfume ever since she got pregnant, so whose scent was that on her husband? Later that night, for the first time in months, she put on makeup and bright red lipstick and walked into her husband's room, hoping to protect her marriage. But then, she saw something that made her heart drop. There was a lipstick mark on her husband's neck. She asked him what was going on. He shrugged and said it was just a scratch from the cat. She tried to check more closely, but he pushed her away, saying he had to work overtime tomorrow and needed rest. Then he walked out to sleep on the couch without even looking back. Watching him leave, she remembered what the neighbor told her earlier that day. The neighbor had seen her husband getting into a luxury car with a young woman, acting way too close, but she had laughed it off, thinking the neighbor must have been mistaken. Now, she wasn't so sure anymore, especially after finding a lipstick and a condom in their bed. The lipstick was a brand she had never used, so why were these things in her husband's room? It was becoming clear her husband might be cheating. The next day, she asked her daughter again about the pretty lady, but the daughter said she didn't know who she was. She only knew that ever since mommy got pregnant and went to grandma's house, that lady would come over and take daddy to and from work in a fancy car. The woman froze. Everything the neighbor had said was true. She had been so confident her husband would never cheat. Now, she realized she was just a fool in love. So that night, after her husband fell asleep, she secretly installed a GPS tracker on his phone. The next morning, as soon as he left, she rushed to the window, just like she suspected. The young woman in the luxury car was waiting for him again. Now she knew for sure her husband had betrayed her. She had given up her high-paying job just to become a stay-at-home mom. Even the house deed only had his name on it. She had endured all the insults from his mother, and in return, this was what she got. She swore that he would pay for this betrayal, so she called her best friend and asked her to help gather evidence. They followed the GPS location to a hotel, and with the help of the security guard, they found the room her husband was in. Want to know what happens next? Follow me. I'll be sharing the next chat after soon.